In this video we shall review Selenium IDE XPath locators in details. Yes, XPath is the syntax for XML documents, and it uses special path expressions to navigate through the documents. But this approach works for locating HTML elements as well, because the DOM tree in browsers meets all necessary XML document criteria. And now we shall take a closer look. Here's the idea. Here we have some HTML document, some simple one, and here how it looks after browser processing. The browser not only processes this, but it creates inside in the memory the document object model. That's a kind of specific tree. And then we may navigate through this tree to find any element we want. Here how it works. Imagine an HTML document, here it is, and try to visualize it as a set of nested boxes. That's not really true, but for now it's okay. And we shall review several XPath locators. The first, HTML body table 1, here it is, HTML body table, the first table element. So once again, HTML body, the first table. One more XPath locator for this element now. It is HTML body table, the table body, we shall discuss it later, and table row number 1. So this is HTML, this is its body, this is table, and this is the table row number 1. And if you want to know where is the table body, you see it here, but not here, and not here. This is the answer. You should never use the view source to find any locator. Never. You should always use inspect element or inspect, depending on either Firefox or Chrome you use. Here it is on the screenshots, because browsers use correcting, parsing special algorithms, and the source page code and parsing result may differ. Here's the example. Here we see that the tBody tag is missing. That's a bad situation. But after the processing, here we see that the tBody is present. So you can see this from inspect element or inspect, but you can never see the final results from view source. So never use view source. Absolutely use only this approach. And let's continue speaking about XPath locators. Here's another element. Here it is, HTML body table. If we omit the number, that means 1. Table body, table row number 2, table data. For real, it means table cell number 1. So yes, here it is, HTML, its body, then table, tBody, then the second table row, and the first table data or table cell inside that row. And one of the most complicated locators here, HTML body table number 1, tBody table row number 2, table data number 1, and then form div input. We've already seen how to get here, and then the form, the div, the input. Here it is, form div input. So this is the element we were looking for with such XPath locator. XPath locators may look so simple like this, just the second div from all divs in the page. Here is the first one, here is the second one, so yes, here it is. But both such and such XPath locators are bad, and such locators are good. Why is it so? Imagine that something changes in the page layout, and maybe here something was inserted, then all this chain breaks here, and no element will be found. With this approach, imagine that There are several lists in the page. And then somehow another was added, so the second is no longer correct. It may be the first, the fourth, and so on. But with this approach, we are doing the best we can. We are looking for some element that we can absolutely clearly identify. Like here, some unordered list with some ID. And then we are going inside the hierarchy and we are looking for the second list item. Here it is. So, if this block of the page is not broken, this XPath locator will work. The idea once again, find your element and move upwards by the DOM tree. Here's our element and we are going upwards until we find some element with an ID or unique class or any other unique set of properties. And we're using it here in the parent element identification. Now take a pause the video and try to name elements identified by the following locators. This one looks for button with ID value submit. This one looks for a link inside a div not having style display none. This one looks for any element the text component of which is the visible text, and that element should have a class attribute with value class 1. This one looks for any list item with value attribute containing such value. This one looks for span with 3 or more divs inside it. This one looks for any element with class with this value, and any descendant or the element itself has to have the following ID value. And this looks for any link that has an href attribute ending with .pdf value. Be aware that this syntax may not yet work in Selenium IDE, but it works in other Selenium products like WebDriver and so on.